Germany announced it will send troops to Greenland for the first time, alongside Sweden and Norway, as part of efforts to strengthen defense in the Arctic. Now, NATO has obviously rallied behind Denmark and Greenland, whose people have repeatedly said they do not want to be joined to US territorial ambitions. Does this risk pushing the Arctic toward greater militarization under pressure from Washington?
When Germany, Norway, Sweden, I think also France, sends soldiers, ships, planes maybe to Greenland as part of exercises with Denmark, it is quite frankly to protect against an American coup, because Donald Trump has not ruled out using military force. And of course, there's no way Denmark could resist against the United States. There's no way Europe could defend Greenland against the United States. But this is about making it more politically, diplomatically costly for the United States to use military force against the Kingdom of Denmark. Because as a Danish observer, if the United States should take military personnel from a range of NATO countries prisoner, that would of course be diplomatically, politically extreme. One thing is that it's not true this would be the end of NATO. That's not true. Because the reality is that Europe feels so dependent on the United States. No European country will sacrifice, at the end of the day, its relationship with the United States for another European country. It would be in an extreme situation if the United States took Greenland, but the dependence of Europe on the United States would also exist the day after.
It's something that will happen, that US will control the Danish territory. Is that something we can say now for sure?
Greenland is very, very important for US defense. And that's why since 1941, the United States and Denmark has a defense agreement about Greenland. And that's why there's been US bases in Greenland since 1941. And there, the Danish government has followed the United States for the last 10, 15 years. The Danish government has done everything the United States has asked Denmark to do. So you would not think that this was necessary. I mean, I think this is a personal ambition of President Trump. He wants to expand US territory 20%. It seems to be very, very difficult to change President Trump's mind. That's why the Nordic countries, Europe, spend a lot of energy diplomatically, politically, militarily, to make this as difficult for Donald Trump as possible and to postpone this as much as possible. Because, of course, he's not going to be president forever. So I think this is a question of waiting out the time.